I want to wish all of you who worship here at Community Bible Church on the mountain here in Highlands a very warm and Merry Christmas. There's three things I'd like to discuss with you briefly. Number one, some of the ministry highlights in 2015 directly related to our financial giving. Number two, I think a very exciting, new, and very necessary addition that's needed to our campus here on the mountain. And number three, how we can finish with faith and focus in our giving here at the end of 2015. Let's talk about some highlights directly related to our giving. $100,000 was raised in a very short period of time to plant churches in war-torn Ukraine. We started the vetting process on our first pastor. The first city has been selected. We've provided aid in the meantime, and we're on our way to planting churches in Ukraine. Number two, $17,000 raised in a very short period of time, one Sunday in fact, for earthquake relief among the Nepalese people. We've shared the gospel in those villages with their leaders, with government officials, and we've provided temporary housing during the monsoon season. Number three, another highlight is what's going on down in Cullowhee. The explosion among the FCA. We're discipling coaches and their wives. We're counseling students in the coffee house. Ministries are using our facilities for Bible studies in small groups, and over 900 families are being affected by the ministry that was taking place through our market. Together, we're serving and giving to a great extent and making a profound difference, not only here, but around the world. Beyond those ministry highlights, let's not forget, we've made a substantial investment in this campus years ago that is still bearing fruit. Our revised and renovated office space, sanctuary, balcony, family room, the cafe, the children's rooms, and the studio now have really renovated this campus and postured us to be even more effective in reaching people here on the mountain. Well, I think it's time for one new and very necessary addition to our campus, a small project, something we can easily tackle by faith. It's time for CBC to have its own baptistry. It's time for CBC to have changing rooms, bathrooms on the left-hand side of the sanctuary in the rear. And I think it's also time for us to have more additional adult classroom space. Let's just call it like it is. This is long overdue. We need rooms for small group meetings and larger group meetings. We also need the flexibility of having a second service in the summertime to alleviate our parking dilemma. All of this on the main floor is what we're proposing, but above that, we need a media suite. No longer can we afford to have a media ministry reaching every state in the union and nations around the world that operates in a confined closet space. It's time for us to branch out with an online school of ministry here at CBC, to stay better in touch with our seasonal people with ministry, to have a production room and editing room, and to come into the 21st century with a blazing ministry that's going to meet children online and bring the gospel to the nations. This new facility meets needs more so than wants. It will be built with excellence, but not extravagance. So here's how we meet the challenge. If we can finish this year strong by focusing our giving in these areas and blessing this church financially, your family and mine, we can continue to make a profound difference. Luke 12:48 says, "To whom much has been given, much is required." So let's require of ourselves a faith to focus our giving and finish strong in 2015. The building is estimated at costing $650,000. Because of good money management and generosity of a few, we already have $200,000 designated for this new facility. We only lack $450,000. A small project in comparison to what we've done in the past. Can you believe God with me, your family with mine, that together we can close that gap, perhaps even meet the need by the end of the year? And let's build that facility for the glory of God. Let's put children in the waters of baptism. Let's film and proclaim the gospel, train people up, and share the gospel around the world with a facility meant to glorify God. I pray for God's blessing on your life, your marriage, your family, your business, your coming in and your going out. Until we meet again and worship together, we love you here at CBC and commend you for your faithful giving throughout 2015.